First of all, I'd like to congratulate all the other inductees tonight for a job well done. I feel like we'll always kind of be a fraternity. In grammar school, my best friend, the late John Rotondo, came up to me one day and said, "My mom signed me up for the Midget Football League." I said, "What's that?" He said, "You get tackle football, you get uniforms." I had just moved from Burlington to Bristol. I didn't know what was going on. He said, "You should come." I said, "All right." So his mom was nice enough to bring me along and sign me up too. And a couple of weeks later, I was a cowboy with a purple jersey, number 14, priceless. I played quarterback for the B team for 2 years. I couldn't make the A team. I didn't weigh enough. I was 80 pounds soaking wet, but I ran a hell of a naked reverse. The following year, I went to Bristol Eastern and tried out for the freshman football team. And my football fantasy was crushed. The uniform was too big, the pads didn't fit, the helmet rattled around on my head, and at 100 pounds, I was playing guard and linebacker with my 100-pound buddies, Dean Barney and Randy Harold. Imagine Dean Barney at 100 pounds. And we were all getting run over by Jim Morrissey. Jimmy was one of those guys that was shaving in like the 7th grade back then. The following spring, in gym class, my gym teacher was Coach Mills. We were playing flag football. And I was playing quarterback, and I was running around doing my thing. After class was over, Coach pulled me aside and says, "You know, we might try you out at quarterback next year." And that was music to my ears. I was tired of that guard and tackle stuff. As a sophomore, I was third-string quarterback behind Ed Kalman and Lou Miller. But I worked hard, and I continued to grow, thank God. I played a little for the JV team, and I got to dress varsity, hoping something might happen. Well, at that point in time, I discovered the meaning of "be careful what you ask for, you might get it." Suddenly, Ed Kalman went down with a knee. I was number 2 quarterback. 2 weeks later, Miller went down, and I was peeing my pants. Thank God the rest of that season, I had Kevin Burns and Charlie Hudson to hand off to. I enjoyed a nice junior and senior year with the help of people like Rick Schmaltz and others. I received some awards and got to play in the Nutmeg Bowl. Thanks to 2 giant influences in my career and in my life, Coach Dave Mills and Coach Josh Redman, I was given a chance to play at the next level. Coach Mills got me a scholarship to the University of Bridgeport, which was at that time the best Division II program in the East. But Coach Redman was a salesman. I remember him coming to the Bristol Boys Club when we were playing basketball and taking me aside to this and saying, "You ought to come to CCSU." He says, "They're switching their offense to the wishbone. Option football, right up your alley. You probably get the chance to play." He closed to me. Trusting Coach Redman was probably one of the best decisions of my life. At CCSU, I was fortunate to play for a head coach who believed in me and gave me a lot of chances and opportunities, the late Bill Loika. I was very fortunate to be reunited with my high school center, a previous Bristol Sport Hall of Fame inductee, a Kodak All-American, and just a great football player, Mike Walton. I played 4 years of varsity ball at CCSU. I was chosen ECAC Player of the Week twice, and just loved every moment of my college football experience. Playing for Sportsman's Cafe was some of the most fun football I ever had. Thank you, Mike Giovinazzo, for getting me involved. I was reunited with old teammates, Rick Schmaltz, Jim Morrissey, Dean Barney, and a plethora of great players. Rick Kroos, probably the toughest pound-for-pound football player I've ever played with. Coach Mike Morin, Dave Raponi, Mike Giovinazzo, Bill Atkinson, Dwight Floyd, the late Jay DeGata, Jeff Thomas, Mark Valentine, Tank, George Tuttle, Coach Bob Rotler, and Kenny Parrish. I learned a lot of life-enhancing lessons from football. Certainly the obvious: teamwork, dedication, loyalty, practice, preparation, and that in spite of all these values and attributes, you can still fail. So the most important lesson I learned was that when you get knocked down, get back up, brush yourself off, learn something from the experience, and get back out there. There's another game next week. I'd like to thank all the people that came to support myself and the other inductees. I'd like to thank all the people at my table that came to support me, my dad, my daughter Jess, my ex-wife Jan, my two dear friends, Diane Smith and Sue Greenleaf, my nephew, who is also, my daughter's son, who was also a defensive end in '04. My sister's son. I played defensive end in '04, Kyle, and everybody that came tonight to support. Thank you very much.